So you're ready to buy your first house and you're just starting to get your financing put in place. Hi, I'm Ryan Shields with Century 21 Westman.com, and I'm here with Chris Turcotte from Centum Mortgage Choice, and we're going to help you understand exactly what documents you need for your pre-approval. So Chris, somebody's decided they're ready to buy a house, whether it's their first house or second house or anything. The first thing they do before they go shopping is, I recommend anyways, go get a pre-approval so we know what price range we're looking and what their buying potential is. When they come and see you, what kind of documents in that would they need coming in for a pre-approval?
Okay. Well, first off, though, I think it's great that you're actually promoting people getting pre-approvals in the first place. Not getting a pre-approval before you go house shopping is like going to the grocery store without your wallet. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you put things in the cart if you don't know if you can buy it or not?
Well, exactly. My biggest fear is that I take out a client and they find the dream house. Yeah. They fall head over heels in love with it. And then they go to get their approval and they find out it's $50,000 higher than they can buy. Nothing will ever match up to it. So yeah, I highly recommend people go find out exactly what they can afford before we start shopping so that we're in the right price range anyway.
Absolutely, and it's such an easy process as far as documentation. Right from the get-go, the two main things we have to figure out is, one, is your employment. So really all we need for the first step is if you can bring 2 most recent pay stubs, that gives any of our brokers a really clear picture of how much money you make to actually debt service that loan. So number 1 is proving what you make. Number 2 is proving that you have the ability to put at least a minimum 5% down payment down. Now obviously without going into too much detail, there's options around the 5% down payment. We'll talk about that some other time. But really, if you're coming in and you have that standard 5% down payment, we just need 3 months worth of banking history to show that you have those funds available. And the reason for that is just like you said, the bank from their side, they want to make sure that if they're giving you the pre-approval, that you have the capacity to pull the trigger when you do find your dream home.
Okay, perfect. Now, somebody comes and gets their pre-approval next week from you. We start shopping, they don't find a house for a couple weeks, couple months. How long is that pre-approval good for? Because I know it does kind of lock in a rate, correct? So
it does.
How long do they really have before they got to go through a second pre-approval, I guess?
Well, it depends on the lender. Like everything in the mortgage broker world, it really depends on which lender we use because we have so many of them. The standard is 90 days. We do have a few lenders that will go up to 120, and that's where it's really important to get the client in and really discuss their needs and their schedule. If we know that someone can't, maybe they have to sell a house first and they really don't want to start looking until then to get their hopes up, we might look at that 120 days. Yeah. But standard is 3 months before you have to come in and get requalified.
Okay, perfect. Now, somebody gets their pre-approval, 60 days later they purchase a house. Obviously they need to come back and see you again. What do they need to bring different from the pre-approval, or is everything kind of taken care of at the pre-approval stage, or is there something specific at the final financing stage that they need?
Well, that's a good question. We need, depending on how long it's been, some lenders may just want an updated copy of your pay stub. If it's been 3 months, they want to make sure things haven't changed. Maybe you got a raise, maybe you get an incentive now that you didn't have before, so we want to make sure we have that clear picture again. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, you're going to need an employment letter, which is just standard. Joe Smith works here, they're full-time, this is their wage. The 3 months bank statements. I seem like I'm repeating myself, but I think the most important thing is the more documents I can get up front, when they write that offer with you, they only have 7 days. Yeah. Most banks won't ask for that much documentation up front. So if we have those 3 things, we can turn it around that much quicker. And that way you're not stressing, your clients aren't stressing. I know I can turn that around in 2 or 3 days and we're good to go.
Perfect. If you have any questions about getting a pre-approval or financing questions in general, feel free to give me a call, Ryan Shields at Century21Westman.com. Or if you want more specific information, exactly what you need for a pre-approval and that, feel free to give Chris a call at Centum Mortgage Choice.